Hi, today we introduce you the bump chips. What are those? Those are the chips that you can use in our game to get an advantage, be that combat or social. There are all colors of chips. You can see they can be green, they can be red, blue or yellow, corresponding to the colors of the cards. In this case, we're going to use red ones, the Mayhem chips for combat, which is most common use of the chips. Now, how do you get them? There are two ways to get bump chips. One of the ways is to role play your advantages and disadvantages, which you can see on your cards. You can only use the ones that are in the front of the row. So, in our case, it's a headhunter, sociopath, and a zero. These are the cards that are dominating in Black Bag Bill Charlie's character. Now, another way is to mention a disadvantage or an advantage of another player to a narrator. For instance, if Black Bag Charlie goes to a bar and starts to talk to a girl, chatting her up, another player can mention that he's a sociopath and he has antisocial personality, in which case that player will get a bump chip from a narrator because he mentioned a disadvantage of someone else's character. Now, how do you get one? By role playing. For instance, imagine Black Bag Charlie is in a Thunderdome and you can see weapons scattered all around the arena. You can see guns, knives, explosives. Where do we go? He goes to a knife. He completely disregards the fire gun. Why? Because one of the disadvantages of a headhunter is disdain for guns. So he went for a knife, even though a gun would be an obvious choice. I role-played my disadvantage, in which case I get a bump chip from a narrator. Okay, so I got 3 bump chips now. All of them are Mayhem and I can use them in combat. Now let's have a look at the combat. So I try to attack my opponent in a Thunderdome and I want to use my knife, newly acquired one, so I roll weapons plus rage. I have weapon 1, 2 and rage 1, 2, 3. So in total I have 5 points of Mayhem to roll, weapons plus rage. So that's what I'm going to do. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4 successes. That's very lucky. In this case, I don't really need to use my bump chips because this roll was good enough. Now, let's have a look. Okay, that's more like it. This is a disaster because I have 2 ones and no successes, which means I botched severely. Now I can use one of my chips. You can see I have 3 of them. Cruel chip. Change a rival's red success into a 1. I don't really need this one. Frenzy. Force a rival to reroll all their red dice. Don't need that one as well. Heartless. Reroll all your red dice. Now that's more like it. I'll probably use that one. Now Heartless is an emotion that you have to roleplay in order to use this bump chip. So how do you roleplay Heartless? You murder a bystander looking down from the Thunderdome and put his blood all over your face. That's pretty heartless to me. So I do that, play Heartless, dispose of it, and now I can roll all my dice. Now, I only got 1 success and 1 1. So I didn't botch, but I didn't succeed either. Now what I can do, I can use my Vengeance bump chip. I know you didn't see that before, but for the example's sake, change a red one into a success. So this one is pretty basic. Vengeance, you can role play, say that the opponent looks like a person who murdered your family and you being vindictive. Okay, that's good enough role playing. You take it away and it says change a red one into a success. So I have red 1 and I flip it to a success. You see how with no successes, I instantly got 2 successes. That's a powerful tool. Okay, that's pretty much all. That's how you use bump chips. You see, with red chips, I only use red dice. If I want to use blue chip, I use blue dice, and so on. Now, you see how it says crazy dice and choke dice at the bottom? This is important because all the colors have them. Like dynamic crazy dice and vengeance crazy dice. The only difference is that this is a blue chip used only with blue dice, and this is a red chip used only with red dice. However, they do exactly the same thing. Change a blue one into a success, change a red one into a success. But then again, one of the major differences is the emotion. With this chip, you use dynamic emotion, so you're all hyper and running around and being restless. And with vengeance, you are a vindictive person. That sums it all up. Thank you very much for watching, and hopefully now you have a fair understanding of how our bump chip works. Thank you very much.